Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. Big important room in the middle of a big spiral ramp. I think we found the place we're looking for. Let's check it out. So we're in the royal capital, Cadessa, still looking for the dragon block staff. And, well, it looks like we might have found something. Oh, well, we found the dragon block staff. Cool. That was quick. No, we did have an entire video's worth of going through this place, so... Doesn't look very... Yeah, it's just kind of a big stick, you know? I don't know what you were expecting, I guess. You can never tell the size of the magical power from the size of the object. That's how you use the object. The power of this staff alone has been sealing off the divine dragon for more than 10,000 years. Well, it ain't doing it now, is it? I don't know that I'd put it that way. Yeah, it won't be as easy as you think. It's still the divine dragon after all. Even with the staff and us Dragoons, we will have reason for thanks if we can seal him back in. Rose being realistic here. I don't think it's possible. Well, Lloyd's done a lot of things, though. The divine dragon would never give in. They couldn't kill him either. That's why he was sealed in. I don't know, like, I feel like Lloyd's done a lot of stuff that was way beyond his ability to deal with already. But, maybe you're right. Hopefully you can't control that thing, could you imagine? And yeah, we haven't seen any other evidence of his activities. Miranda's surprised that we know about it. I don't want to talk about it. Is it really that personal? How come? Yeah, like, it's not your business. Oh, well, fine, I guess. As long as Lloyd doesn't have it, I guess that's what's important. Oh yeah, you can fly around play. Why haven't you been flying us around everywhere? You know how much trouble that would save? Also, what is she putting her feet against? She acts like she was standing on something and pulling it down, but... Oh, whoa, okay, hi, hello? We're fighting? Okay, yes, sure. I catch you by surprise a little bit there. And unfortunately, there's no unique boss music for this. It's too bad, really. With the new music they introduced in the rest of Cadessa, it'd be so cool if there was. And I forgot something. Whoops, oh well. I was just saying, it would be cool if there was unique music for this. So, this is a battle against the Grand Jewel. There's no other target, so you can't, like, target the staff or anything. The deal with the Grand Jewel is if you are in Dragoon form at any point and his turn comes around, he will wreck you. Obviously, he's wielding the magic block staff, and you saw just how effective the Dragon Buster was against Lavitz earlier on. So if you've got a character that's in Dragoon form whenever its turn comes around, it's going to lower your stats like there's no tomorrow. So one way around this is to have kind of a situation like I've got with Meru here. If you can get in that 1 SP range, I'll actually show it here. If we go into Dragoon form, we will get exactly 1 attack and then morph out of it at the end of the turn. That's really the only way you can get away with doing any Dragoon stuff here. And it's worth, even if you don't really have a plan, like I don't need Dragoon magic here or anything, it's worth using it if you can, just so you can, you know, keep them in that level and have it available when you need it without risking having your stats lowered. Dart's in a bad spot because if he uses it, he's going to stick around for 2 turns. Albert was pretty much never going to be able to get around that anyway because his SP, his addition gives him 2 levels to begin with. So we'll just go ahead and attack with Meru and get this thing going. And of course I missed the final hit. Seems appropriate, right? So I didn't do too much damage. I think he's pretty well protected against Dragoon stuff for the most part. Even the additions, really. It's not like he's super weak to them or anything. You might as well just do regular attacks. Though with Meru it helps, obviously, because her regular attack is fairly weak. So we're going to be without Dart's Dragoon Spirit, which is pretty much fine, honestly. And otherwise we can do some physical attacks. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually fairly weak to physical attacks. A 402 is good damage for Dart. That's, you know, pretty much on par with what you're doing on weak random enemies. So physical, normal attacks are pretty much the way to go here. The only thing about... Oh, this is going to hurt Albert so bad. This is an Earth Magic. He's already got weak magic defense, and it's his opposite element. So yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage to good old Albert. We will have him attack, though. We might have Meru throw something on him on the next turn. I just can't sacrifice his damage because he is going to be our shining star here. 769. So he's going to be a key, really, to helping us take this thing down. Let's go ahead and just throw. I don't really need a fog, but I don't have anything lesser. So I guess we'll just go ahead and use it. We can buy them somewhere anyway. So it's basically going to be sitting here and using magic on us for the most part. It's got a couple... Really, this again. It's a good thing I healed him, I guess. It's got a couple annoying attacks to watch out for later on. But for the most part, you're just going to be dealing with magic damage. So, you know, its elements are also kind of random, so you can't really predict that either.
Yes. Go. First dance.
So we'll just keep attacking normally here, you know, only really pausing whenever we need to heal, and whenever Meru needs to transform into Dragoon form to keep her SP level at 1 or below.
Hammer spin.
You know, 134, not great, but it's triple digits at least, right? Albert, show her how it's done.
Blossom Storm.
So yeah, in a way, it makes it a little bit easier, knowing that really only physical attacks are all you need. Alright, so it looks like it's going to do the first of its annoying things here. This is a very unique attack. It's unlike anything we've ever seen before. We'll take a quick look and it'll tell us level goes down. It's not immediately apparent what that means, but basically what happens is it actually lowers the character level of your characters. It's only by a few, and it's not enough to really make a difference. You won't notice too much other than slightly decreased damage. Yeah, Meru can take that just fine. So you won't notice too much other than slightly decreased damage, and, you know, I guess slightly decreased max HP. It's really nothing too bad, though. It just sounds way more annoying than it is.
Hammer spin.
Alright, so otherwise we can just keep going here. Again, the big thing to remember is do not be in Dragoon form for any extended time. You know, as long as you do that, you're pretty good to go. So you can see Dart did 332 there. He was doing just above 400, so, you know, it lowers our damage quite a bit, but you know, just one of those things you have to deal with. There's literally nothing you can do about it, so... Albert's still getting some good stuff, and I really wish we could fear him there. That would be very nice. Alright, so Meru's going to get a Dragoon level here after this, which means we get basically one free good attack with her. Or we can recover if need be if he busts out an all-hitting spell here, which he might. No, instead he's going to do his other annoying mechanic. He heals himself for 1,300. He's still in the yellow though, so at least we've got him there. So it's not, you know, we still hurt him pretty bad. Albert's putting some pretty good numbers. That's only a couple of Albert attacks. Alright, so let's get Meru going here. Let's see if we can get a perfect attack. That would be really nice, actually. Wow, that was even worse than the first one. Trying to go a little bit too fast, I guess. It's also worth mentioning, I believe this guy has really good magic defense, which makes sense, considering he's kind of a boss themed around countering Dragoons. So, you know, that it sort of makes sense in that way. So again, physical attacks, Dragoon attacks, as long as you're only in it for one turn. That's all you need to know, really.
Blossom Storm.
Otherwise, it does make this battle take a little bit longer, the fact that he recovers so much HP. But as you can see, we've already got him in the red. So as long as you kind of know what to do, that's basically it. Alright, I was waiting on... Actually, no. This is a single targeting. He likes to bust out this really powerful light attack that does a whole bunch of damage to everyone. If I'm not mistaken, it can do over 1,000 damage to Albert. So, it's one that you would need to look out for, but he hasn't actually pulled that out yet. I'm thinking of actually throwing something on Dart here just to help him out a bit. You know, we may be using quite a lot of items, but it's worth it to keep people alive.
Blossom Storm!
Alright, so it's got to be close to done. Maybe just one more combined turn from Dart and Albert. Alright, this looks like an all-hitting wind spell, which thankfully Albert will have some innate defense against. Yep, not bad at all. Though I will actually heal Albert. I know it may seem excessive, but if he busts out that big powerful light spell, you know, that would down him, so it's worth keeping his HP up as long as, you know, above 1,000 really is ideal.
Yes! Go! Crash dance!
Okay, well that took him down, so that was actually a little bit of a waste in using that last healing item, but as I always say, it's better safe than sorry. So that's not really too tough of a boss as long as you don't leave yourself open in Dragoon form. And there we go, it looks like the Dragon Block Staff is ours for the taking. Nice. He probably didn't know, to be honest. Man, either way, no harm done. Dragon Block Staff is in our hands, and we can get out of here. Thankfully, they give you a shortcut for that. We can take this teleporter over here. And it's going to bring us out through this pipe down at the bottom. Which leads us to a nice place we can jump off. And this will take us actually right back to the beginning. This is that first little maze-like section. So we're out of here in a split second. No having to backtrack too much. Let's actually check what this item is now, since I have room. It is a mind purifier. What a total waste of time and space. I'll take it, I guess. One more fight for the road? Yeah, one more fight for the road. Let's hear that music one last time. What do you say? The enemies won't be new or anything, but it's gonna go away after this. It's just a single fairy. That's probably the weakest battle formation you can find here. Looks like Meru has actually leveled up her addition. She's getting 43 points now. So she's getting a little more damage as well, which is always good.
Yes! Go! Crash dance!
Looks like the Divine Dragon is heading back for Deningrad, and we gotta be quick about this. Quick, run the twisted path. They could have made it a straight line and make it a lot quicker. Teleporting us to Deningrad. Wow, that's a bit, yeah, that's a bit much. Guess we don't have a choice though. Oh, looks like it wasn't enough. looks like we were too late. Whose bright idea was it to put a giant cannon on that thing's back? Who was the designer behind that one? Oh yeah, the Crystal Palace has been destroyed, just completely obliterated at the top there, which unfortunately is where the throne room and everything is. Don't be such a laggard. You're a laggard. So of course we've got to run. Shana was in the castle too, so you know, if Queen and Country wasn't enough to motivate us to check it out, you know, Shana's in there as well. Oh man. Well, looks like Seti and Luana survived, which is good. And I don't guess Wink was even in the country at this point. So it looks like all the Sacred Sisters are alive and counted for. Yeah, it's just too bad that we weren't there in time in order to stop it. I mean, the next raid. The psyche that the Divine Dragon sent towards the Crystal Palace was a black, bottomless mass of hate. That's about as good as you can possibly describe it. Yeah, we're also concerned about the Queen. Hey, wake up. I love that little slap. Miranda is so much better than Shana was. Let's just be honest here, okay? Upstairs is the worst place to be. That's where, like, all of the fire was located. Suddenly the castle quaked, and in the next moment, everything started to fall on us, ceiling, walls, and pillars. It's a major collapse. How are we able to get by with just a few scratches? Yeah, I mean, the place is pretty wrecked, but it's amazing it's in as decent a shape as it is. Ah, Wink was here. It looks like she's made it out okay. Miranda already came through. Oh yeah, and Shauna's room got blocked off. Oh, Shauna's alive. Well, that's good. Must be upstairs with Queen Teresa. Guess she happened to be in the right place at the right time, huh? It's a little bright in here. Shana, are you doing weird things again? Oh, hello. Oh, good. Looks like the Queen's alright, too. So we really managed to avoid, as far as we can see at least, we managed to avoid pretty much any casualties here. You can't call Seti a crybaby anymore. I don't care, just let me cry. Alright, I guess I can understand. Looks like for now, at least, we get a little bit of a reprieve from that Divine Dragon. Damage to the people seems to be minimal. I assume we had the blessing of the Divine Tree. Yeah, that weird light. This looks like Shana's going to recount to us in flashback form what was going on. So she was the source of that light. Everyone was saved, huh? Oh, Shana, it's not that bad. It's not like you had any say in the matter, you know? That is a good question, though. Like, I don't know if Luana could provide any insight or not. Oh, it's in the Mountain of Mortal Dragon, huh? Yeah, didn't think she was gonna take too kindly to that. Yeah, she's the sacred sister of the country, but, you know, think about it. We've got the king of a country with us, so... And she is one of the Dragoons now. So it would be a little unfair making her stay behind. So it looks like Shana's been moved to just the regular inn in the city here. Meru suddenly being considerate. Did you have enough time alone? She wasn't spying on us or anything? It's where my opinion starts to turn when it comes to Meru a bit. You know, after seeing, it's a big development for her, honestly. I think she's incredibly well written in that regard. You know, the way, when you see how she was received when she went back into the village, and her determination to see things through her own way and, you know, try new things instead of just walling herself off in the forest like everyone else. It's, you know, it's well written, maybe a little bit, you know, you could kind of, a little cliche, I guess, but, you know, I like it, so. Meru is now alright in my book. I won't complain about her anymore. Rose, come on now. I thought you were over this. You were getting all warmed and cheery again. She's just like that, okay? Miranda's fine. I hope so. Wow. Is she like that all the time? Yeah, honestly. I like how Shada's just kind of gets like, actually, she's concerned about me. She just shows it in a weird way. You rest. Good for you. True enough. Thanks, Congo. Thanks for your input. Alright, so it looks like she's gonna stay there to rest while we go take care of things. Still not sure exactly what's going on with the whole Dragoon thing. You know, she's kind of been probably not happy with it, but she's kind of been forced to be sidelined here for a while. Alright, so our next destination is going to be that mountain immortal dragon, the place where the divine dragon was sealed. And we're going to take the fight to him, it looks like. So a beam fly to the moon from the smashed tower of the castle. Remember, there was that weird device that was in the castle a while ago, the one that Shana got called to earlier right before she lost her Dragoon spirit. So I wonder if that's anything. I wonder if that could have had something to do with it. I guess that was the bishop or whoever, and the librarian. Also, the library has been destroyed. Oh, what a terrible disaster. It's alright, man. Really, nobody could have done anything, if we're being honest. So this is actually the point, if you remember, whenever we first came to Deningrad, I mentioned there were 5 Stardust that we could pick up. This is actually the point where they all become available now. So we're going to take a little bit of time, go back up into the Crystal Palace here and start on those. We'll just work our way from the top down. We'll go all the way up into the throne room here. And if we check where the East Room was here, we'll get some Stardust. We can also talk to the Sacred Sisters while they're here. Feel an enormous whirlwind from the Dragon Block staff. It's a tornado that absorbs everything. Yeah. I don't think you should go. Nah, I don't know about that. I guess we can talk to the Queen. Borrow the power of the Winglies. The only thing left is to vanquish the Divine Dragon. Of course, that's the most difficult part. Yeah, true. Alright, so there's our first Stardust. The next one is actually going to be on this screen. If we check basically to the entrance of where Shana's room used to be. It's a little hard to tell. There we go. Up there on the little path to the left, we can get our next Stardust. And the rest are going to be outside of the palace. Such a shame seeing this place in this state. Like, this is, you know, like I think I mentioned it the first time I came here. It's probably the best looking castle we've seen so far. So it's really too bad to see it in shambles like that. We need to actually head back into the hotel here, to the inn or whatever. And if we make our way up to the second floor via these stairs, this will take us to the clinic. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the clinic was actually somewhere else before this whole thing happened, and it had to get relocated. You can see it's just kind of been chalked into the ground, the healing circles and all that. But we need to check by these little wire spools here, and that'll give us our next Stardust. It's kind of cool that this is like an open air clinic now. There's no roof since it's been destroyed. Looks like there's a guard here to watch her. Yeah, probably for the best. Alright, so now we can head back to the first screen. And you may notice a familiar character a bit in the foreground here. We want to actually check both of these red mats. There we go. Please help yourself. I was trying to get that to read it, but I kept hitting the button too fast. That's the problem. You mash the button and then you can't see like what the text is. Actually, whoop. It's here somewhere. There it is. I'll take this one as another Stardust. So yeah, there are actually 2 here on both of these mats. And that brings us up to a total of 45. I don't know if I mentioned it when this quest was first brought up, but there are only 50 Stardust in the game. So we are rapidly approaching getting the rest of those for sure. So we can talk to our friend Martel here. Looks like we've run into her once again. It's not the time to discuss Stardust. I'd like to, though. I love that. This is probably one of the best things. The guy is named Casualty, and he's talking. Excuse me, Casualty over here. I need you to tend to me. Alright, so once we've gotten past the first bit of dialogue, we can talk to her again, and this will turn in the rest of our Stardust. 15! It's been a little while. The last time we turned them in was when we had 30. So we still only get 1 reward, though, once we pass the 40 threshold. It's the rare thing I promised you. And it's going to give us the rainbow earring. If I remember correctly, the rainbow earring protects against all status ailments. So it's kind of a nice thing to have, but again, we're a little bit set on accessories. I mean, the attack badge, like, it isn't huge. Like, it's just boosting attack power, but, you know, I really like having it. I just keep it simple in that regard. You'll be okay, casualty. I think you'll live. And we can still, of course, access the stores here, the weapon shop, and all that. I don't think they sell anything different, though. Actually, no. Okay, yeah, we did buy all this before. So we can also check out the item shop. And if they have healing fogs here, we may be able to replace, what we use. So we'll just do that. I've actually got to sell a few things here. So one of the extra mind purifiers we picked up. And... I don't know, like, I don't want to sell the depetrifiers, because I feel like I may need them at some point. We'll just leave it at that, and then buy one more healing fog, bring us up to 3. Alright. Okay, so now we need to go to the Mountain of the Mortal Dragon. There's only one path we haven't been on yet in that Evergreen Forest, the one that was blocked off by the night. As you may be able to guess, that one will finally be accessible to us. However, I think we'll save that for next time. In the meanwhile, we'll just hang out and help out in Deningrad, right? So, next time we'll head off to the Mountain of the Mortal Dragon, hopefully to fight and kill that divine dragon. It's caused too much trouble already. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.